Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this video, we're gonna talk about Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus. And I don't think she needs a great introduction. But anyway, Virgin Mary is a fictional character from the Biblical Mythology, also known as the Queen of Heaven. She is the mother of Jesus Christ, who she gives birth to in a cave just outside Bethlehem. And like all other mythological characters, Virgin Mary and her actions is put together by various aspects of the Milky Way Center. So let's get the Milky Way Center. And today I prepared so you can see Virgin Mary, because here she is. And let me explain. Virgin Mary is the silvery shadow to the right of the disc with a female posture, like every other females in basically every myth ever made. And here you see the female posture. And her womb is the area inside the dark shadows surrounding the Milky Way Center, containing the disk light, the little child, the light of the world. So here you got the womb with the dot lines, and in the middle you got the golden disk and the disk light, the little baby in her womb. Okay, let's move on and look at the etymology, what the name Mary means, because it's very close connected to her role. So, Mary comes from Maria, which is related to mare, which means sea or of the sea. And it's also related to a drop of sea or drop of the sea, or the water of the womb, if you like. Because the sea is here. This is the sea. And this is Virgin Mary. So here you got the water connected to Virgin Mary. And in many other myths, the female figure is also the roaring sea. But the roaring sea is a striped shadow down here. So if you hear anything about a wild river or a roaring sea or stormy water, foam, sea foam, it's the striped shadow here. But it's connected. Okay, let's look at some key features of the writings. In Revelation 12/1, it says, "A great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head." The reason why I make this when I say sun and moon is because in reality it's the sun and the moon is not written in the text. It's just the translation. It should be like Helion or Selene. some Greek gods, which means the golden shining one and the shining silver one. It's very, very important. It's not the sun and the moon. But I'll explain on the run. Okay, she is clothed with the sun. And if we go back, you can see the sun is a cloth. The sun is in her. The disk, of course, the disk light, which is the sun. And then I would prefer the golden light, not the sun. And then we have the crescent under her feet, which is this one. I'll make the right color here. The crescent under her feet is the striped shadow here. This is the crescent, not the moon. And this is basically a little special, because normally the crescent is here in many other myths. This is the crescent here. So there's two crescents, and I'll make a video regarding the crescent another day. Yeah, and I made a note here. Virgin Mary is often connected with the moon because of the crescent symbol, which from my point of view is fatally wrong. The crescent is generally the silvery, bright light inside the Milky Way center, and not the moon. This one. This is the crescent. And I'll get back to that in another video, of course. And then her foot, because she is standing on the crescent. Let me draw the crescent again. Here. And then there's the foot, because when I draw him before, you will think the foot is down here somewhere. But it's not, because all feet in the myths is the Milky Way center, and I'll draw it for you now. The foot starts up here, and here comes the heel, and here comes the toe, so here you got the foot. The foot and the crescent is here. And what else do we have? And then, of course, we got the crown with 12 stars above her head. It's not depicted in the picture here. There, in the corner. But let me explain what it means. Oh, where it origins. I don't care what it means. I only care about the origin of the idea. The crown is the striped shadow here. It looks like a crown in the sky. Yeah, wow. You get me. And the black stripes, the dark shadows or stripes in the striped shadow, also represents the 12 stars. And those stars symbolize the 12 apostles. And the 12 apostles is the 12 posts or pillars. And if you go to the etymology, the apostle means messenger. You know, the people which is sent out for, they are missionary. So here you got the 12 apostles, or the 12 stars in the crown of Virgin Mary. Okay, so now you know. And I'll make another video about the apostles because they are heavy related to temple pillars. And that will be very exciting. Okay, if we move on in the text, Virgin Mary is also the morning star. The morning star, which have led to many conspiracies of the evil Lucifer. And but let's take a look at it, because Virgin Mary is called the morning star, and it origin from the Maria Stella Matutina. Yeah. Which rather should be interpreted as the star of the sea. I better like the star of the sea, because the morning star is belonging to something. Yeah, basically it's the same. But let me draw the morning star. This is the morning star, the disk in the Milky Way center. And this is also the star of the sea. So here you got it. No more conspiracies. And then, the morning star is often linked to the planet Venus, which in my opinion is very, very incorrect, because it has nothing to do with the planet Venus. And I'll get into that in another video too, where we discuss the crescent, and in my Venus video, which is coming up somehow when I get time. Because that's a very great findings I've made there. So look forward to that. Okay, and then if we go on in Genesis 3/15, it's about Mary standing on the serpent. And it writes, "And I will put enmity between you, the serpent, and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." Okay, so we got a heel and we got a serpent to find here. And of course, let me get there. Let's start with the serpent. The serpent is here. It's the striped shadow. It's always the serpent. Here. I'll give it some teeth. So, just for displaying. And then, of course, we need the foot. And the foot, you already know, is here. So now the Virgin Mary is standing on the serpent. And the serpent bites the heel, or the Achilles, if you want. And that's it. So now you know why Virgin Mary is standing on a serpent, or where the story originates. And of course the foot is crushing the head of the serpent. Okay. And then in Luke 10/19 writes, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. And again, snakes and the scorpion is the same shadow, because the scorpion is also the striped shadow. I'll try to draw it here. I'll try to make it like this. It's easier when the Milky Way is vertical, because it's there you can see it very well. But let me try to draw it here anyways. It's something like that. Here you got it. And then you got the head here. And then you got the body up here. And then you got this sting here. And something like that. And some legs somewhere here. So here you got the scorpion. And the scorpion is a part of many myths. So this is not the first time the scorpion is mentioned. Wow, actually I'm a good scorpion drawer. And in some myth there's also a bigger scorpion, but that will be for another video. Okay, and then if we go on, we also got this is not Bible text, but this is more like myth, but we got the milk of the lady. You know, Virgin Mary is nursing the little Jesus and give him some breasts. And there's a lot of stories regarding milk and the milk getting spilled and so on. And the milk is, of course, this milky white area above the disc, which is also the nectar in many other myths. And the milk is inside the big breast of the Milky Way, or the breast of Virgin Mary. So it's both the breast and the womb. And maybe this is the nipple. Who knows? Those suckling babies just love it. Oh yeah, so now you know where to find the milk. And then we got the story or the song or whatever about Virgin Mary connected to the Lamb of God, which is of course Jesus. But why is Jesus, Virgin Mary's son, a lamb? And why is it offered on the fire? Let me show you. Because the lamb, the dead lamb, is lying here. Because Jesus, of course, have something to do with the spirit in the disc light, which I'll tell more about in my Jesus video. And of course, the fire or the sacrificing of the lamb is the fire on the altar in the sky. So now you know the story of Virgin Mary and the Lamb of God. The light of, what is it? I can't remember it. The light of the world. Sorry. Okay. And then we go on. Oh yeah, that's a funny way to end this video, because let me find it here. There's a myth of a small church or a chapel in Bethlehem called the Milk Grotto, and it's placed in it's in it's on the West Bank in Bethlehem. It's a small Catholic chapel. Yeah, you can look it up. And in the myth, the grotto served as a temporary hiding place for Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus before they flee to Egypt. And a drop of Mary's milk fell to the ground, turning the stone walls white. And maybe you already found the chapel, because this is, of course, the chapel. And inside the chapel, they are hiding. And the milk is coloring the inside of the walls white. So there you got it. And I'm sure the people building that chapel were not aware, but I'm sure the one who invented the myth looked up at the Milky Way like everybody else. Okay, let me see. I got here. Yeah, I got the last one. It's Luke 2/22 to 38. And I picked out a small section because there's basically not that much about Virgin Mary when you look it up. It's most blah blah blah, oral talking and myth. But here it writes, Simeon prophesies that a saw will pierce Mary's own soul. And of course it will, because the saw is here. And it will pierce her soul. Sun, golden disc. And the rest of the sword, as I show in so many other videos, the sword is always the shadows crossing the disc in the Milky Way center. X marks the spot, the cross. Okay, I think that was all. Yes, that's all. And as usually, if you got some questions or want some deeper explanations, feel free to comment below. And if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If not, well, pierce me with the sword. Until next video, take care. Bye.